Robert Wagner tells us the sad reason his love affair with Barbara Stanwyck and Robert Wagner was born Robert John Wagner Jr. on February 10, 1930. In Detroit, Michigan, Wagner grew up in Eric family and moved to Los Angeles when he was young, where Heifers saw the exciting world of movies and TV. The son, man who worked with Steele Wagner first, seemed like he would work in business or join the army. But Hishan Sam's charm and cool personality soon led him to try acting. Wagner started in the movie business in the late 1940s when he began generating small parts that sometimes didn't even have his name in major movie company films. His big chance came when he got hired by 20th Century Fox, a movie company that saw his potential as a movie star. By the early 1950s, Wagner was acting alongside major stars like Clifton Webb, Deborah Kerr, and Spencer Tracy, getting noticed for his parts in movies like With a Song in My Heart, 1952, and Beneath the 12 Miller Reef, 1953, his acting as a trouble down soldier in A Kiss Before Dying, 1956, made people see his serious acting skills and showed he was a real talent beyond just being a heartthrob. During the 1960s and 1970s, Wagner successfully moved from movies to TV, a move many movie stars didn't want to make, but one that gave new life to his career. He starred in many successful TV shows, most famously, It Tequila Thief, 1968 to 1970, where he played charming cat burglar Alexander Mondi. The show was loved by critics and got great ratings, and it showed Wagner's talent for smooth, witty characters. Later, he would get even more fame with Switch, 1975 to 1978, and the very popular Heart to Heart, 1979 to 1984, where he starred next to Stefani Powers as part of a glamorous crime-solving couple. Wagner's chemistry with other actors, comedic timing, and a sophistication made him a household name and a TV favorite for millions of viewers. In the 1990s and 2000s, he took on character parts and small appearance winning over a new group, often with his appearances in the Austin Powers movie series as the bad guy yet funny number 2. His ability to make fun of himself and willingness to joke about his own smooth guy image added a nice new layer to his public image. He also appeared in shows like 2.5 Men in NCIS, where he played the father of Michael Weatherly's character, making longtime fans happy with his signature charm. Besides acting, Wagner wrote several books about his life, including Pieces of My Heart, 2008, and You Must Remember This, 2014, where he talked about his life, his career, and his relationships with some of Hollywood's most famous people. The books were praised for being honest and bringing back memories, offering a rare look into the golden age of Hollywood through this of someone who lived it. His dedication to keeping alive the memory of Natalie Wood, including working closely with her daughter, Natasha Gregson. Wagner also showed a more thoughtful, sensitive side of the actor in his books. Robert Wagner honestly told about many high-profile romantic relations that happened during the golden age of Hollywood. He told about having had love affairs with several famous actresses, including Yvonne DiCarlo, Joan Crawford, Elizabeth Taylor, Anita Ekberg, Shirley Ann Field, Lori Nelson, and Joan Collins. Each of these women was a well-known person in the entertainment business, representing different styles and personalities, from Joan Crawford's fierce, powerful presence to Elizabeth Taylor's legendary glamour. Wagner's connections with such famous actresses show not only his own status as a wanted leading man, but also Thynton's social and romantic networks that were part of Hollywood studio time and beyond. These relationships were often filled with the challenges of fame, secrecy, and the pressure of keeping up public images, showing the complex mixing of personal and work lives in Tinseltown. Among these relationships, Wagner also claimed a particularly important and long romance with Barbara Stanwyck, which lasted 4 years. After they worked together on the 1953 movie Titanic, this affair was especially notable given Big age difference between Toy Wagner was just 22 years old, while Stanwyck was 45, according to Wagner. The two deliberate, like kept their relationship. A secret notably because of the potential scandal due to their age gap, but also to protect their careers in a business that was unforgiving of such unusual pairings. The fact their romance stayed hidden for so long shows the social rules of the time, as well as the personnel care both showed in handling a relationship that went against what was normal. In addition to his well-known relationships with women, Robert Wagner has also been the subject of rumor suggesting he had affairs with men. These rumors have gone around from time to time over the years, adding to the complex story surrounding his personal life. However, Wagner himself Hazelway said he was heterosexual, leather, confirming nor fully talking of both rumors in detail. These rumors speak to the often nosy attention celebrous face about their private lives and the way public opinion can shaped by gossip as much as by fact. 1956, when Wagner was 26 years old, his life took a big turn when he became involved with the young and rising starlet Natalie Wood, who was just 18 at the time. Their romance quickly grew, ending in a high-profile marriage in December 28, 1957, in Scottsdale, Arizona. Their wedding was seen as a classic Hollywood pairing, two young beautiful actors at the height of their early careers. However, the marriage faced big challenges, including claims of cheating, according to several published stories. In the first half of 1961, Natalie Wood discovered Wagner having an affair with a man in their home. This discovery was deeply painful and marked a turning point in their relationship. The couple announced their separation on June 20, 1961. Although Wagner has said that they had actually separated earlier in 1960, their divorce was finalized on April 27, 1962, ending a troubled but highly publicized chapter in both their lives. Following the end of his marriage with Wood, Wagner spent time working on location in Europe, where he reconnected with actress Cara Marshall. Along to Mefriand, their reunion quickly turned into romance. And after a 2-year courtship, Wagner and Marshall, along with her 2 sons from her previous Maria Jato director Stanley Donen, moved back to America together. Wagner and Marshall married on July 21, 1963, in a ceremony at the Bronx courthouse. The couple welcomed a daughter, Cashborn, on May 11, 1964. Despite this new family, their marriage eventually faced difficulties, leading to their separation in June 1970. Their divorce was finalized on October 14, 1971. This marriage and family life represented a quieter but important period for Wagner, contrasting with the earlier high-drama years. Wagner's personal life continued to be eventful when he became engaged to Tina, daughter of legendary singer and actor Frank Sinatra. Their engagement lasted from June 1970 until January 1972. This relationship drew considerable media attention due to the importance of Sinatra family in entertainment and society. However, the engagement was short-lived and the couple parted was almost immediately following this. Wagner started up his romance with Natalie Wood again. This getting back together led to their second marriage on July 16, 1972, which took place aboard the yacht Ramblin' Rosencord off Paradise Cove in Malibu. The intimate scenic wedding symbolized a fresh start for the couple. During this second marriage, they had a daughter, Courtney, born on March 9, 1974. Tragically, Natalie Wood died in a drowning accident on November 29, 1981. A shocking event that deeply affected Wagner. Following her death, he took care of Natasha Gregson Wagner, Natalie's 11-year-old daughter, from her marriage to producer Richard Gregson. Over time, Wagner's relationship with Lana with Natalie's sister Becca Mestrand, and they gradually drifted apart, with Lana later publicly telling private details about Wagner on Valentine's Day in 1982. Wagner began dating actress Jill St. John, a relationship based on a long history. As they had known each other since the late 1950s, their romance grew over the years, leading to their marriage. On May 26, 1990, in Pacific Palisades, this wedding marked the fourth marriage for both. Wagner and St. John, yet notably it has lasted longer than all of their previous marriages combined, a testament to their lasting bond. The couple frequently worked together professionally, as well, co-starring in 6 films from 1967 to 2014, most of which were small productions. They also appeared together in the pilot episode of the popular TV series Heart to Heart and shared the stage in a 1996 theater production of Love Letters, highlighting a stenome partnership that extended beyond their personal lives. Barbara Stanwyck and Robert Taylor, one of Hollywood's golden couples of the 1930s and 1940s, made the difficult decision to divorce in 1950. Although their marriage had long been viewed by the public as a model of glamour and stability, cracks had begun to show behind the scenes. Ultimately, it was Taylor who insisted that Stanwyck filed for divorce, a move that deeply hurt her despite the growing emotional distance between them. In the conservative climate of mid-century America, divorce carried a stigma, particularly for a woman like Stanwyck, valued loyalty and privacy. Still, she agreed to Taylor's wishes, and the couple quietly and respectfully brought their marriage to an end without the kind of public scandal that often came with celebrity breakups of Thera. In the years following their separation, much guessing swirled around the true reasons for the end of their marriage. Rumors went around that both parties may have been unfaithful. Stories of Taylor's alleged affairs with younger star elsewhere whispered throughout the studio system. Similarly, though less frequent, lined with less proof, some gossip columns suggested that Stanwyck to may have looked for companionship outside her marriage during its final unhappy years. However, most insiders believed that the diaper issue was not cheating buddy friends. In personal dreams after serving in World War II, Taylor warned through a deep change in perspective. Like many veterans, he returned to civilian life with a longing for peace, privacy, and a sense of normal life, away from the endless demands of fame and studio obligations. He imagined a quieter life, possibly even one away from the entertainment busness altogether. Barbara Stanwyck, by contrast, remained fiercely committed to her career, known for her work ethic, professionalism, and Dean's devotion to acting. She had no interest in stepping back from the spotlight. Her ambitions continued to burn brightly in a post-war Hollywood thought was changing, and she was determined to adapt and thrive in it. This basic difference in values and life direction placed an impact on their marriage. They had become mutual people pursuing different destinies. A man seeking peace in obscurity, she woman determined to leave a lasting legacy in film and television. Despite their separation, the respect and affection they held for one another completely faded. Rather than becoming bitter ex-spouses, they maintained a friendly and at times warm relationship in the years that followed. A testament to this lasting connection was their decision to reunite professionally in the night. Walker, 1964, Stanwyck's final feature film. Although the film itself received mixed reviews, fans were deeply moved by seeing the once beloved couple together on screen, again bringing back memories of their storied past and the complex bond they continued to share. Stanwyck never remarried after her divorce from Taylor, and those closest to her believed that her heart had been broken beyond repair. According to her friend and Big Valley co-star Linda Evans, Stanwyck once told her that Robert Taylor had been the true love of her life, a feeling she carried privately and solemnly. She never tried to replace him, choosing instead to focus on her work and her independence. When Taylor died in 1969 of lung cancer at the age of 57, Stanwyck was said to be devastated. His death struck her with unexpected force, bringing back old emotions and regrets. She withdrew from film and television for a long period, mourning not only the man but also the life and love they had once shared. It was during this emotionally vulnerable chapter of her life that her romantic involvement with a much younger Robert Wagner reportedly took place. Wagner, really 2 decades her junior, had first met Stanwyck when they co-starred in the 1953 film Titanic. At the time, Wagner was a handsome, up-and-coming. Actor Stanwyck was an established, respected star in the prime of her career. Though their on-screen pairing was brief, their off-screen chemistry sparked something far deeper. According to Wagner's own book, their relationship grew into a secret, passionate affair that lasted for about 4 years. It was a non-tense but hidden romance. Shape would be their age difference, the era's social rules, and Stanwyck's deep desire for privacy. Yet, as Wagner would later reveal in his old age, the relationship was doomed not by lack of affection, but by the emotional shadows of Stanwyck's past. In his thoughts, Wagner confessed that although she cared for him deeply, never truly got over her divorce from Robert Taylor, her heart remained tied to the memory of her former husband, and she struggled to give herself fully to anyone else. Wagner, still young and hopeful at the time, was eventually forced to accept that Heckled never truly compete with a ghost of a love Stanwyck had once known, lost, and could never get back. That realization, he admitted, was painful. It was the unspoken grief, the unresolved longing for Taylor, that ultimately stood between them and any chance of lasting happiness. In the end, their relationship briefly dissolved, leaving Wagner with bittersweet memories of a woman he admired and adored. He never spoke of her with anything but reverence, even decades later, describing her as one of the most influential and mysterious figures in his life. For Stanwyck, it was yet another example of the sacrifices she made consciously or unconsciously for love, career, and dignity. Her affair with Wagner may have ended, but her story, filled with devotion, heartbreak, and resilience, remains one of the most touching in Hollywood history.